In late 2024, a strange set of Google Street View images began circulating online. Images that many believed captured the aftermath of something truly disturbing. In the quiet Spanish town of Tajueco, the Street View car happened to pass by a red vehicle parked along a narrow road. A man was seen bent over, loading a large white bag into the trunk. At first glance, it could have been nothing more than someone packing up for a trip. But when viewers noticed the unsettling shape of the bag, theories started to spread fast. According to the story that followed, the man in the photos was linked to the disappearance of 32-year-old Jorge Luis Perez, who had reportedly gone missing months earlier after sending his family a strange message saying he was leaving town with a woman and would stop using his phone. The case supposedly went cold until these Street View images surfaced, leading investigators to trace the car back to a local man named Manuel Isla Gallardo. If you dig around a bit more in Google Street View, you'll spot another frame showing what looks like the same man bringing the body down the street toward his car. Whether every part of this story is true or not remains unclear. Official reports about the case are nearly impossible to find, and some believe it's an elaborate internet myth that grew from a single eerie image. Still, it's chilling to think about. A moment frozen in time by the Google Maps car, possibly capturing evidence of a crime no one was ever meant to see. In the city of Ecatepec, just outside Mexico City, a seemingly normal couple hid one of the most horrifying secrets in modern Mexican history. Between 2012 and 2018, Juan Carlos Hernandez and Patricia Martinez targeted women who were simply looking for work. They would lure them to their home with false promises of employment, but once the victims stepped inside, there was no escape. The women were imprisoned, assaulted, and murdered. Afterward, Hernandez and Martinez dismembered the bodies, sometimes cooking parts of the remains, sometimes feeding them to dogs, and even selling bones or flesh on the black market. For years, the disappearances went unsolved until one October afternoon in 2018 when police stopped the couple pushing a baby stroller. Inside were human remains wrapped in plastic. This discovery prompted police to search the couple's home, where they uncovered human remains hidden inside trash bags and even mixed into concrete. Strangely, if you explore the empty lot next to their house on Google Street View, you can spot what appear to be the very same trash bags, eerily similar to those that contain the victims' remains. Even the concrete bags seen in the image match the ones later found inside their home. What's even more disturbing is, during Hernandez's interrogation, he showed having no remorse for his crimes. He calmly admitted to killing multiple women and said that if he were released, he would do it again.
Que mis perritos coman carne de estas mujeres, a que ellas sigan respirando mi oxígeno. Y mientras yo siga aquí en la tierra, voy a seguir haciendo todo el daño que yo pueda. Y divirtiéndome de ese daño.
The couple was charged with multiple counts of femicide, human trafficking, and inhumation of human remains. This collectively gave them a total of more than 300 years in prison, in addition to at least one standalone life sentence. The Iron Triangle in Richmond, California has long been known as one of the city's toughest and most crime-ridden neighborhoods. With a history marked by poverty, gang violence, and unsolved shootings, the area has struggled for decades to escape its reputation. It's in this same part of Richmond where 14-year-old Kevin Barrera tragically lost his life in August 2009. What made this case especially unsettling was what appeared on Google Maps just one day later. On the satellite view, Kevin's body could be seen lying beside the tracks, with a police car and officers nearby investigating the scene. It was a haunting coincidence, a moment of tragedy captured by technology. Years later, Kevin's father discovered the image online and spoke out about how painful and insensitive it felt to see his son's final moments displayed publicly. Google responded quickly, updating the satellite imagery to remove the scene and replace it with a more recent view of the area. To this day, Kevin Barrera's killer has never been identified. Despite years of investigation, the case remains unsolved, leaving his family and community without justice or closure. As of November 2025, Sudan is caught in one of the world's worst humanitarian crises. What began as a power struggle between the Sudanese armed forces and the rapid support forces has turned into a full-scale civil war, destroying cities, displacing millions, and pushing the country to the brink of famine. When looking at certain parts of Sudan on Google Maps aerial view, people have spotted haunting images scattered across the ground, shapes that look like bodies, dark stains in the dirt, and trails cutting through the sand. Several satellite imagery analysts later examined the controversial photos in detail. Using metadata and visual comparisons, they confirmed that Google captured the images on March 16, 2024, long before the most recent surge of violence in Sudan. What appeared at first to be a field covered in bodies and blood was, in reality, a watering hole surrounded by a herd of cattle. Many of the red or dark patches that people thought were bloodstains were actually discoloration in the sand, shadows, or even smoke from nearby fires and buildings. However, if you look at Khartoum International Airport on Google Maps, you'll see something that can't be mistaken for anything else. Several planes lying partially or completely destroyed. Many of these aircraft were either used or suspected of being used to transport weapons and supplies. Unfortunately, this devastation has made it nearly impossible for civilians to flee the crisis safely. Hundreds of thousands of innocent people have been killed. Millions have lost their homes, their families, and their futures. What's happening in Sudan is not a mystery, it's a tragedy, one that continues right now, even as the world looks away.